conspiracy theorists. What if Martin had Twitter and all that civil rights talk, man? I wouldn't want to hear it. Cause integration been disintegrating. Better off in our own ghettos with our own situation. Class speech got him assassinated. Black business was booming. We wasn't just a consumer. Controlling our narrative. We have more marriages and see what the damage did. It ain't that bad a bitch. And welfare did it's way worse than the slavery. I'll never be an agent. I don't care what they pay me. Seem like Nip had the same old story. If we pay a black hater, tell a different allegory. Like Pearl Harbor and 9/11 was a mystery. Supremacy and go the extent to keep their history alive. All I'm saying, if these leaders was alive, who be on the internet trying to divide? If you's a hotep hustler, trying to fear people in that low-vibe structure. Agree to disagree, and we ain't gotta tear our own down. Argue in silence, or forever be our own downfall. All I wanna say is that we're giving it away. Soul ain't for sale, and the devil is a fake. Argue in silence, but don't let it seal our fate. Fight behind doors, but don't ever show our face. Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter. It'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance to do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter,
Joyce,
then Malcolm had Twitter. It'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance to do the scolding. Where we going?
Yo, how will modern day X mix with modern day tech on Black Twitter? Where him and Martin say less, getting dished on in comments after going live, sowing lies about him while he trying to say black lives, trying to heal us. But he didn't heal, so they don't feel him. 140 characters of hate trying to kill him. Why's a message from a dead person resonate more? Got us using technology just to separate more and weaponizing all our insecure thoughts. Propaganda money in the life from the pure source. Will Marcus Garvey be allowed to demonize too? Character assassination is a legalized tool. You think you're being smart, you're getting penalized too. Mass media scheming just to gentrify truth. And the coon is in the pudding. We identify who be doing the dividing. Then I take it back to my roots.
All I wanna say is that you're giving it away. Soul ain't for sale, and the devil is a fake. Argue in silence, but don't let it seal our fate. Fight behind doors, but don't ever show our face. Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter. It'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance and do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter, and Malcolm had Twitter. It'd be our own people do the trolling. Spewing ignorance and do the scolding. Where we going? Cause if Martin had Twitter, Malcolm had Twitter.
Hey, shut the hell up, you black son of a bitch. What's wrong with y'all? Thank God for the white man's infinite mercy, Martin Luther King. Cause if it was up to me, I'd unleash the hound and turn y'all niggas into puppet child. I was happy at the back of the bus.
Good, folkers. It was good. You know, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. You know, the clouds are looking white and puffy. The sky is blue. They ain't spraying the sky today. Y'all see how it looks when they're not messing with the sky? Oh, it's a beautiful thing. What's good, Lily Gal? Joyce Stuckey. Princess Diana. Miss Meat. What's good, everybody? Who else is in here? Ito, how you doing, man? So, yeah, man, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. So they're trying to take away exemption in Florida, huh? Princess Diana? Man, that's crazy. They're doing the same thing in California. They're getting rid of the medical exemption unless it's approved by a state official. So, yeah, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. What's good, y'all? Snapzilla Gorilla in the van, a.k.a. Snap Turtle, a.k.a. Emmy Magnum, my pen name. What's good this morning? Yeah, man, I got an early day today for work, which means I'm gonna get off early. How's the stream coming in? The wise one was good. How's the stream coming in? Oh, Lily Gal, thank you. No, y'all are beautiful. So, I'm not sure if you guys are interested in hearing my take on what happened between Derek and Hassan. I'm gonna say this: they were grown-ass men who made grown-ass men decisions, and after those grown-ass men decisions were made, child-ass decisions were made once they were drunk. You know, they both stepped outside of themselves. They both, you know, they both showed their ass to a degree. But, you know, and this is my thing. They probably shouldn't have gotten drunk together the first time they hooked up. They probably should have, you know, if I were Derek, and it, you know, it's all this shoulda, coulda, woulda, Monday morning quarterback don't mean shit, right? But I will say, if I were Derek and Hassan, the first time we ever met, I would have to have the kids together. You know, Damaris and some of Hassan's kids, they go hang out, go to a buffet or something, really get to know each other, and build a relationship like that. Because you can't really build a true relationship on the internet through social media. So, but you know, they did what they did. Saying what you would have did, or what, oh, if I were them, I would have did this. I mean, it's easy to say that, but you know, you don't know what you really do unless you're in the moment. So, as far as where they both screwed up, beyond that, you know, if they're interested in hearing what I got to say about it, and I already talked to Derek on the phone. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up. We had a conversation. I haven't had a conversation with Hassan yet, or whatever. But if they're interested in hearing what I got to say about what they did and all that, I'll just talk to them about it. Yeah, Princess, I agree. Derek felt comfortable. Yeah. Derek felt comfortable. He looked up to Hassan as someone, you know, he could be friends with. Not looked up to him as like a role model, but you know what I mean. And the feeling might not have been mutual. And that's the thing. If you're not getting the energy you're putting out, then you need to dial back the energy. That's my general thought process on it. You know? So, like I said, I talked to Derek directly about how I felt and what was going through my mind at the time. And yeah, we talked about it. So, as far as all this beefing, I'm not going to entertain any of it, because at the end of the day, people make mistakes. To human is to err. To be human is to err. Right? And so that's pretty much how it is. People make mistakes. And they both made mistakes. Now, as far as how you handle it afterward, that's a whole different story. You know? And again, if they're interested in knowing what I think about how they're handling it now, they both have my phone number. You know? So that's where I'm at with that. And as far as I want to talk about Cash too. You know, Cash and Hassan are at odds right now. And I'll say this on a live. If she's interested in knowing how I feel about her part in this whole thing, she can call me too. She has my number. So that's how I'll deal with that. They both have different characters. They truly jail. They don't. Well, yeah. I mean, exactly. And that's why, if you don't truly gel with a person like that, see, you can always associate with people to a degree, right? It doesn't matter what type of personality they have. You just associate with them. You don't cross certain lines with those people. You know. So as far as I go, when I'm hanging out, I can get along with anybody. You know. And I'm a happy drunk. I'm a happy drunk. When I'm drunk, I like to dance with girls and joke and laugh and make girls laugh. And just talk crap to the homies. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing when I'm drunk. But I will tell you a story. Instead of going in on those two, I'll tell you a story about myself. Not about myself, but two people in my life that I grew up with. My two of my brothers. Okay, I got multiple brothers, but these two are the ones I'm closest to. So I have an older brother and a younger brother. Younger brother, older brother. The younger brother is a square. Okay, straight up square. Like he only smoked weed for a couple years when he was a teenager. Other than that, he just walks the straight and narrow. Then I have an older brother who's like a year and a half older than me. He's a 3-time felon. Okay, he got locked up multiple times for robbery, assault, carjacking, little shit like that, violent crimes, violent offenses, and he was never a gang member, but he is tight with a lot of Rolling 60 Crips, right? And I grew up with a couple of Rolling 60 Crips, but I was never really hanging out with them like that. So in me, I'm like somewhere in the middle as far as how I lived my life growing up. I was not fully a square, and I wasn't fully a, that other type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? I've been through some shit when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. When I got kicked out the house, living on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Just doing all kind of wild shit. But, so my younger brother, who's the square, lives in Ohio. Okay? Not only is he square, right? This is funny. He's a square who's dark skinned and bald, right? Shaves his head. And my older brother, who's light skinned, he has curly hair, and he's a felon. So it's funny how this lines up, and this is why that situation reminds me of this. Every time my brother from Ohio, not from Ohio, he lives in Ohio, comes out to visit, and we get drunk, he starts to antagonizing my older brother because he feels like he has something to prove to my older brother because he's not a thug or anything like that. He's not a felon, so he feels like he has to assert his toughness towards him every time he gets drunk. And if I'm not around, they end up fighting. But when I'm around, they don't fight because I tell them, no, y'all ain't gonna, chill out. I knock both of y'all out if y'all don't chill. So I'm kind of like a mediator. I'm the one who tries to squash, squash the beef when people are drinking and I'm drinking. Cause I just want to have fun. Why would you want to get drunk and get violent and get aggressive? Nah. But anyway, it just feels like, it seems like my younger brother, who's a square, likes to antagonize him and wants to prove his mettle. And there was one time when my younger brother came out and we went to the homie's house and we were all playing spades, and this is when I was still single, so I had some stuff come up where I had to go see about a young lady. So I left, and they were getting drunk. They continued playing spades, and something happened. My younger brother, was talking shit to my older brother, and my older brother just reached across the table and smacked the shit out of him, and stepped out. What I heard on one side, there was kind of being aggressive and like taunting in an aggressive manner, but based on what I saw from the video, I could say that I can understand why somebody might feel like that. But again, I'm talking about my two brothers who fight every time they get drunk. And then they're still brothers the next day. The stream was going. So I was saying, my two brothers, they get drunk and fight each other. Oh, what's good, Wax? My two brothers would get drunk and fight each other. And they'll come back and be brothers the next day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big difference. These two got drunk. Whatever happened, and they feel like they can't come back from that. So that's pretty much where it is. They're grown men. They do what they want. They can handle it how they want to handle it. And I'm not going to pass judgment in that one instance. But like I said, if you're just coming in, I'm saying that if Hassan wants to hear what I have to say about what I felt, how he dealt with the situation, he can call me. Same with Derek. Derek can call me anytime he wants, and we can talk about it. As a matter of fact, we already talked about it, and I told him how I felt, and we talked. So anyway, same with Cash, because I know, she's beefing with Hassan too. Me and Cash can talk. I still ride with Cash. I enjoy her content. And if y'all don't know who Cash, most of y'all know who Cash is. So if y'all don't know, she has hellified content, some real deep content that she goes over. So yeah, what else is up? That's how I feel. And that's how we should handle shit. We should handle shit in that regard. Like, because this is my thing. If people are beefing, especially internet people, if YouTube people are beefing with each other to the point where there can be no common ground found, then it's best just everybody just walk away from it. Walk away. Just walk away from it. Or you talk behind the scenes and see if you can figure stuff out, especially if you guys are close. Because yeah, I mean we were all pretty close as far as you can get close on YouTube with other people. So yeah, and that's where I'm at with it. And there's a lot of shit, man. I've been observing, sitting back and observing a lot of shit, and I'm kind of disappointed, because there could have been a movement, a powerful movement, with all these powerful voices. Queen Supreme has a powerful voice. Derek Williams has a powerful voice. And Hassan Campbell has a powerful voice. But it is what it is. So, yep. Now, we have other issues. Because we have other issues we got to worry about. Like Princess Diana said, they're trying to get rid of the medical exemption for forced vaccinations in Florida. They're doing it in California too. So we have to think about, if the vaccines were effective, right? If they were as effective as they say they are, why would you need to force people to take it? If there's not a nefarious agenda behind these vaccinations, why are you forcing people to take the vaccinations? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And these are the problems we got to deal with. We got all these Democratic candidates that want to push all this gun control on us. We got Beta Male O'Rourke trying to confiscate AR-15s and all this other stuff. We got these tyrants running around pushing for all kind of stuff that will strip our rights away. We have NAMBLA trying to get legislation passed to where they can lower the age of consent. We have to pay attention to what's going on behind the scenes while we over here worrying about what the hell, how somebody got drunk. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing. One more story. So I'm gonna tell you one more story just to show everybody how people can get when they're drunk and go from there. So when I was in the Army, I had this roommate, okay? I had this roommate in the barracks. And whenever we'd go out and get drunk, he likes to get in people's faces, especially like his buddies. He'll hang all over them, get in their face, all this other stuff, you know. And for somebody like me, I don't really like people encroaching on my space like that. But I understand that he's drunk and that's just how he acts. So I just like push him off me, you know, just like, all right, man, just ease up, you know. I get it. That girl's cute over there. I know. You don't have to spit in my face and tell me about it. But then, you know, we all go out, and that's how he acts. This is him. But there was this one time when they went out and I wasn't there, and he was with this other dude that we go out with sometimes. I had to stop going out with this other dude because he would get real aggressive with people when he's drunk and like start fights. And here I am, I'm dancing with girls, talking to girls, and then all of a sudden I'm pulled into a fight that I don't want to be a part of. But I have to do it because, you know, we rock together, we're in the same unit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. So I stopped hanging out with him so much. So that night they wanted to hang out and he was going out like, nah, man, I'm good. Plus I had gotten the flu shot and that shit made me feel like shit. That flu shot was bad. So I stayed at home. So and then about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear some shit outside. What it felt like a body hitting the ground, like that, right? And then so I go to the door and I open it up, and by the time I get to the door, I'm hearing this. And I open the door, and the aggressive drunk is on top of my roommate, wailing on his face, like beating his face into the ground. Dude is clearly knocked out. So to get him off of him, I kicked him in the ribs, and then I kicked him in his face, and I kicked him a few more times for posterity, because that was some punk shit. You were a nurse's aide, Joyce? So dude, we had to take him to the hospital to sick call and inform them of how he fell down the stairs a bunch of times and hit his face on every step. So, you know, we took him to the doctor and got him patched up. But what happened was they were at the bar. My roommate got drunk and started hanging all over the aggressive drunk. And dude didn't like it. He said, hey man, get out of my face. And he just punched him at the bar. So he punched him at the bar the first time, fell off the stool, and then the aggressive drunk walked away and walked back to the barracks. He was upset. And so my roommate follows him all the way back to the barracks and is asking him why he hit him like that and all this other shit. And then when they get to our floor, he gets in front of him. He gets in front of him and is like, hey man, you know, you hit me, that was some bullshit. And then the aggressive drunk hit him again. Just punched him in the face. He fell and got on top of him. So from that point, you know what happened. And but he got his karma, the aggressive drunk. He went to the bar one time by himself and he was playing pool with somebody. He got into it with him and dude just knocked his ass out. Knocked the aggressive drunk out. Like, he couldn't even get a shot off. They just knocked him out. So the point is, these two different type of drunks got together and it didn't end well. Why can't it be that's as far as it went? Why does it have to be overly dramatic? Why does it have to be blown out of proportion on both sides or whatever? And I tell you why. It's because they don't know each other from Adam. There was this expectation from both of them That's how I see it. There was this expectation from both of them about how they would act toward each other and how this, that, and the third. So, yeah. Man, you know. And so let's just leave like that like that is. You know, I gave you guys 2 examples of what can happen when you go out on a drunken night. But you know, like I said, man, we got a lot of shit coming up. We got the 2020 elections coming. And who y'all got? I can't really look at the comments right now, but I got no one for 2020. Why can't we just break away from this, you know, Democratic Republic bullshit and be free people? That's what I want. Freedom for 2020. Or 2020. Freedom for 2020. You know what I mean? You know, we just... That's how it should be. I should be able to mind my own business and do whatever hell I want to do. And you should be able to mind your own business and do what you want to do. And a Congress 3,000 miles away shouldn't dictate how I should live my life, as long as I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not harming anyone. I'm not hurting I'm not stealing anybody's property. I'm not damaging anybody's property. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not killing people. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to own what I want, whatever firearm. If rocket launchers exist, I should be able to have me a rocket launcher. Why should one group of people be able to own rocket launchers and grenades and heavy machine guns, and then another group of people are limited to wheel guns or revolvers? Because that's what they want. They want you to have a revolver while they have drones in the sky, F-16s, Tomahawk missiles, freaking surface-to-air missiles, nuclear warships. Like, they want all that. But they want you to sit in your house with a fucking wheel gun and have to call them for help. Nah, it shouldn't be like that. At the very least, we should be able to own an anti-tank missile. We should be able to own grenades. We should be able to own tear gas and all this other shit. If it's out there, if it's available to some people, I want to have access to that to defend myself against the people that have that shit and might decide to one day use it against us. Nah, man. They want you to be submissive little girls. They want you to be victims, not girls. I'm not saying that only girls are submissive. They want us to be a bunch of pussies who can't defend ourselves, so we have to call them. See, they enjoy the power. They enjoy the power of knowing that if we need something from them, or if we need something, period, we got to get it from them. They don't want us to be self-sufficient. That's why they're pushing us into these mega cities. That's why they're building up downtown with all these residences. But then you have homeless people on the streets biting people, passing typhoid. You know what I'm saying? You come to this liberal state of California, it's a hot ass mess. You paying $2,000 a month for a studio apartment. But then you go outside, you got homeless people shitting everywhere, biting you and passing diseases on to you, and then you're paying $1,000 for this little 100 square foot house or apartment. What kind of shit is that? Picture of Hassan with a rocket launcher. Oh, Lily gal. Yeah. I mean, picture me with one, you know? You know, shit, that's crazy. I mean, but why not? You know? Why shouldn't we be able to own a rocket launcher? They exist. You think if so let's say some foreign force invaded our country, right? You go outside and you see a bunch of people parachuting down to the ground near you, and they're all carrying rifles and shoulder-fired rocket launchers and things like that. They're coming down. What would you want to do? What do you want? You want to be able to call the police? Nah, I'm gonna tell you what the police are gonna do. If we're ever invaded by a foreign enemy force, the police are not going to help you. They're not. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna go to their armory because they're militarizing the police. They're gonna get whatever weapons they got, whatever weapons they can use, and then they're gonna go home and protect their own family. That's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna come save your ass. Best believe it. They're not gonna save you. We need to get that out of our heads. The police are not there to save you. We have to be able to save ourselves. We have to be able to defend ourselves. That's why I train. That's why I train Muay Thai and boxing. That's why I train with firearms. You know what I'm saying? To the extent that I can, because California is so ridiculous. I don't even have the desire to go to the range anymore in California. But you can do dry fire exercises. You can learn how to fight. You know what I mean? Get off your ass and do something with yourself. Because I tell you what, it's coming. It's coming. More and more people are waking up to the bullshit. And so they know they have to prepare for what needs to go down when people do wake up. When enough people wake up, they got to be prepared. And they need you to have the least amount of things to defend yourself with. So, that we just have to wake other people up. We have to stop this bullshit, man. I'm on this because the most important thing we can do right now is protect our right to keep and bear arms. That is the most important thing we should do. Why? Because once you lose your right to keep and bear arms, every other right is going to follow. It happens all the time. Just go throughout history. If you can go back to ancient China, to ancient Japan, when the rulers took all the swords and bladed weapons away from the people, and they had to start learning how to fight with their hands and use martial arts to defend themselves as best as possible. But I'm gonna tell you what the difference would be now. If they took our arms away, you can't fight somebody with a handgun using martial arts. You can't. You can't. So whereas the people in China and Japan were able to rise up against the ruler who took their blades away, because you can't fire a bullet from a blade. But now guess what? They have guns, they have rifles, they have predator drones, they got all the stuff I mentioned before. Martial arts ain't gonna help you with that. So we need to protect our rights to keep and bear arms. And we need to eliminate any restriction. Any restriction. Uh-oh. Whoa. What y'all talking about up in there? Lily Gal enjoys what y'all talking about. So, yeah. Yep. That's the most important thing to me right now in terms of the message I'm going to send from this here YouTube platform, is that we need to protect our right to keep and bear arms. That's the most important thing, I'm telling y'all. Uh-oh. Yeah, deadly viruses. No parachutes here in the UK. Yeah, I mean, see, that's another thing, Lily Gal. if they're trying to poison the water, then you need to have people stationed at your waterways, armed and ready to defend your source of water. But in the UK, you guys are screwed out there. I mean, they're trying to ban knives, bladed weapons in London. That's what you give them an inch, they take a mile. That's the slippery slope. You know, you give them one thing. Oh man, we took away rifles, but people are still dying. Okay, let's take away handguns. Man, we took away handguns, but people are still getting shot to death. Okay, well, let's take away shotguns. Let's take away revolvers. Let's take away bolt action rifles. Let's take away muzzle loaded rifles. Oh man, people are still dying. Okay, we got to eliminate the knives. We got to take the knives away. And that's exactly what's happening in London.